Position I put Buzz in the other day.
Thought he was like.
You put Woody in a terrible position though.
Woody is.
It just completely blocks Kirkland.
Well, Kirkland wasn't here the other day. So.
I know, but he's here now.
Do you like that?
Wow.
He's doing this one.
Dabbing on him.
No, he's not dabbing on them. He's just doing this.
His helmet's gotta be off. We're in the dab. I do like it.
I never said he's dabbing. Where are you getting this? Where are you putting this dab? Where's the dabbing narrative coming from?
I applied it. That was the intro. Oh, I didn't fill in the water.
Is this yours?
Was it full? It sounded empty when you did that.
No, it didn't.
I love
it didn't sound full.
I love how cold it is in here. It's like ice.
Like it ain't nice to double cross the ice.
Let's go back to formula.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 220th episode.
220.
We're going back in time of the GeekVerse podcast. I'm the formula making Travis Snell.
I am the blonde Kirkland Patzer.
I am the Adam Hart caster.
Yes, we're dropping you an impromptu newscast because the next 2 weeks we have nothing but reviews, and there's just been tons of news happening right now. New York Comic Con's happening, Star's been dropping stuff, DC's dropping stuff. It's just
Big
all
news.
over. So we wanted to get
Big
into
news.
that. So some plugs. I remember what I forgot with Venom. There was one big thing I forgot to plug. I was like, what is it? It was Geek Mania 2, which comes out this weekend. Huge lineups.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know. It's the finale for our gaming season. I'm going for the main title. I'm very excited. I'm getting sick, but I'm very excited for that. Kirkland has a team title shot. You got Taylor and Kyle in the sports championship. So, yeah, if you enjoy some games, enjoy some fun times, watch it. It's the cap off to our season 2, and it's kind of the prequel to our 24-hour stream. It always is because we have a tournament that's kind of based off of that, and winners and losers, and has to do championships and whatnot. So, and while I'm talking about that, November 3rd, 24-hour stream, Extra Life.
So
We are trying to raise $1,000. Join us because last year was lots of fun. If you can donate and help us get to our goal, we're going to shave 3 heads, mine being one. I'm not looking forward to it. If we hit it, I want to hit the goal, but I love my hair right now. My plan was to grow it out until springtime and then cut it.
Springtime.
But that might not be the case. That might be bald as a cue ball. So
Let's do it. Shave this man's
do
hair.
it. So
Shave
$1, $5. If you cannot donate, we understand it's a busy time of year. Christmas is coming up. Then please, November 3rd, come watch and then share the link, spread it, like it, let other people
Spread it
know
on.
so they can also share it or they can donate because maybe some people have some pocket change going around. Like I said, this month, if you're our Patreon subscribers, don't even do that. Just hop over to 24-hour stream because that is going towards BC Children's Hospital. Very great cause. Me and Dylan reviewed A Star Is Born the other night, so you can check that out. Great review. We reviewed Venom last night. You can check that out.
Love
great
that movie.
review.
Loved it.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's really 2 good reviews. And then next week, we're going to have 3 reviews. We're going to have Bad Times at the El Royale. I think that'll be Dylan and myself. We're going to have Goosebumps. I think that's a solo one, but Taylor's threatening to join me. And then me and Dylan are also going to be reviewing First Man. So, and then at some point, it might be a solo one as well. But I will, maybe some other people join me, I'll be reviewing Titans as well, because then we're going to talk about that. So we have 4 reviews next week, and Taylor's dropping Assassin's Creed. So actually we got 5 reviews.
Holy shit.
You want to subscribe, because we got stuff popping up, and then the week after that, Dylan and myself will be binging Daredevil and watching that, and we're going to talk about that. So we have a plethora of reviews. You know what we got a plethora of?
Trailers.
Yeah, I was going to say water because of Aquaman, but we do have lots of trailers.
Shit.
Yeah, we got lots of, we got a plethora of 5 minutes because DC's just giving them out like nothing. So let's start with that. I'd say that's the biggest one. Obviously, this movie is coming out December 21st. It's in a very tough time slot because we're talking about Mortal Engines as well later, but you have Mortal Engines on the 14th and then the 21st. Between the 14th and the 22nd, you have Mortal Engines, Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, Bumblebee, Aquaman, and now this Deadpool movie. So you have about 5 big movies.
When does Grinch come out again?
November.
Oh, yeah.
They missed
Weird
it.
time slot.
Yeah. So, what do we think about this? Obviously, if anyone's a newcomer, we all watched it at Comic-Con, the first trailer. I think other than Taylor, we were all kind of mixed to not positive on it. So what do we think about this trailer?
Well, first of all, it's 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
I feel like I need an intermission, in the middle of this. I was like, man, I need a bathroom, but this thing's so long.
You can't do that on your phone. You can take it with you. You can pause it,
That's true.
That
You can't
is
do that at the movies.
That
You
is
can't
true.
do it
Boom.
when you're at home. So, yeah, 5 minutes. It's too long of a trailer. You need to trim it down. Obviously, maybe you were saying this dropping that New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Either way, I like this trailer a lot more than the first one. and it got me a little bit more excited for the movie. Not tremendously, but yeah, this trailer's mixed. It has the classic trailer where it's just like skipping around different action shots and things like that. Kind of get a little taste of all the characters, and then it has a couple like kind of prolonged scenes. Which I traditionally in trailers I don't really like to see a full scene. You know, I just want enough to get me interested.
We don't watch clips here at the GeekVerse. We don't do that.
We try not to. This trailer jam-packed it all into one though, so I got tricked into it.
That's gonna be the new way.
I will say that it worked to some degree because I did like this trailer. The two scenes that they did show, I thought they were pretty decent scenes. Like there's one where they're Aquaman and what's the female?
Mira.
Yeah. Moira or
Mira?
Ariel.
I'm just gonna call it Ariel.
Yeah. They're walking around. They're walking around in the desert, going to some tomb, and I really like the cinematography of that. It's just a nice pan shot, and then into the wherever tomb, whatever it was. And I thought it was a fun little scene. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good.
I want to ask you because I think you and I and Kirkland, I'm not sure. I think you did as well. I think we all have problems with the humor. That tomb scene has the most humor. How much of that hit for you?
I don't really find Aquaman's lines all that humorous still.
Yeah.
Very bro-y. It's very like frat house humor.
Surfer guy I think they're going for.
Yeah. So it's not my cup of tea. But what I liked about that scene was I don't know, them kind of like solving that puzzle and her doing some of her powers. So I like that aspect of it. Humor didn't really hit so much in this trailer. And it seems like he has a lot of it throughout this movie. I mean, obviously those are the kind of things you put into a trailer. I mean, not if you're the Venom movie, but
I think he's gonna be like that most of the time. I really do, and
I mean, it seems like we're surrounded by a lot of other kind of more serious characters. So, but I don't know. Maybe it's might be a weird mix to have your lead as the comic relief. Might be a strange combo.
Worked in Thor Ragnarok, worked in Guardians, so maybe they're trying. Worked in Justice League with Flash.
Awful character. And then that other prolonged scene is them jumping along the rooftops. And I thought it was a really nice shot. At first it's like her kind of jumping around, escaping, and then it just kind of zooms out now, and then he's like hiding behind some pillar. So, James Wan popping off behind the director's chair on this one, showing some cool shots. There's once again a lot of just like big battles and war going on, which it looks alright. It's a lot of really intense CGI, so we'll see how interesting that is in the movie, and hopefully I'm not forced to go to a 3D showing.
Taylor's gonna love this 3D showing. I feel like I was in the water.
He's like, oh sorry guys, I'm running late. I'm gonna have to go to the 3D one. Here we go.
We're gonna get that evidence. Check out our Venom review for that backstory.
The thing that concerned me with the first trailer was Atlantis. Obviously, this is kind of our introduction to it in this universe, if you will, and we're getting a lot of battles and like maybe like kind of that gladiator sort of scene. But I want to see like the more day-to-day, like the basics, like just the people living their lives and what that's like, because that's one thing I really like about Black Panther is in Wakanda we got some shots of just like people just day-to-day what they're doing, walking around in the town aspect, and I wanted more of that in that movie, but at least we got some of it. Obviously, I don't know if that really works to show in a trailer. Obviously, you want kind of more snappy, action-based things. But I really hope we get a decent amount of that in this movie. Cause
I don't think we will. I think because he's an outsider. He with Wakanda, it was our home right in the movie where I could see him spending a lot of time away from Atlantis, and anytime he's there, it's like shit's going down. So I hope that's the case, because I think that's one of the reasons why I found Asgard kind of boring is you're only ever there just like, it's Odin talking with some people in the throne room, and maybe you see like him distantly in the background, like someone doing something. But overall, like that place lacked character and personality of its own, and I feel like Atlantis really needs to have its own identity, and I don't know. That's an aspect I really want to see. And the last thing I guess is the villain, the guy, the big, what's his name? Black Manta.
Black Manta.
Yeah, one of the villains. There's two villains in this.
He wasn't in the first.
Yeah, he was. You just saw one shot of him, and you saw the beams.
Kind of like almost like a screenshot.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember originally seeing him, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty fucking weird. But honestly, in this trailer, he is still really weird and
I love him.
doesn't really fit in fully, but I actually really liked it as well because it is like it's very cartoony and he's got like it's a pretty sleek look, right?
Yeah.
Like it looks pretty cool. So
He's
I'm
kind of
excited for
not
it.
supposed to fit in though, because his character, he's a human, and that machine is to help him so he can be underwater.
Okay.
Whatnot. So he's always an outsider in this world. Where obviously you have Aquaman, you have Mira, you have Orm, who's his like brother, who's the Ocean Master, who's gonna be like the other villain. So he's kind of on purpose. The Ocean Master, Bushmaster. He's supposed to kind of be like.
It was a lighthouse keeper.
I was wondering if you'd remember that. Yeah, so he's supposed to kind of be outsider. So if it seems like, man, all this water stuff's going on, what's this guy doing? Well, it's kind of his. I don't want to reveal the backstory because it's kind of spoilery.
Yeah.
He has good motivation if they do it right. He's a big fan favorite in the comic book world. Not
And I like the look
helps,
of his goons as well. Like they got a similar thing going on, but
not too similar. I was worried they do like. When
they got
like
the
the smaller
smaller
versions, it's like, oh no.
they have it's less cartoony. It's more like straight up armor sort of, but it's still a nice like kind of bright color. So
I thought it reminded me of like Power Rangers, like Black
Yeah,
Manta. Like,
that's a
like,
good
like you felt like a Power
comparison.
Rangers villain. I was just like, this is awesome. I feel like I'm in the 90s.
That's most of my thoughts on this trailer.
I feel like we're in the 90s a lot lately, you know, this, Venom, you know, lots of...
Predator.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I feel like comparing this one to the first trailer, for me personally, kind of along the same. Like, first trailer, there's some scenes that I was kind of excited for and some scenes that kind of took me out of it and took the excitement down. So I felt like I kind of left in the middle. And then, so this one, the long scenes, yeah, they did look cool, but I felt like I was just watching, like I felt like I got like a leak from the movie, right?
Like you were an executive, and they're like, look what we've been working on so far, and you're like, okay, let's...
I don't know, like, I like the cool shots, but I felt like they could have panned that and not just like explain the whole process of like they're going to get the trident and stuff. It's different because they did show it at Comic-Con, right? Yeah. So maybe they were just trying to... It's almost like a demo for a video game. Like, that's what I felt like I was watching.
I was gonna... Bastard took that from me. The beginning of this trailer feels like an E3 gameplay demo when they're like, what's this? And it pops up like, we need some water. And she's looking around, she's taking... It feels exactly like when you have the developer up there like trying his best to like keep it going before it crashes.
They're trying to use that Wiimote as hectic.
Ridge Racer!
Yeah, so that scene, I thought it looked cool, but definitely dragged a little too long. The second scene I did like more. I agree with you. I liked how
the chase.
They had the chase, and then it panned out, and then it showed
Black Manta.
Aquaman behind the pillar, and then Black Manta. Yeah. So
I had a shot.
I don't know. It was just like it was just a really long trailer, and they just showed a lot when I didn't think they had to. So I feel like they almost overdid it to me, where I was like, I don't know, like I'm
too
not
much birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not like, oh, I can't wait to find out more on this scene. It's like, okay, well, I saw that scene. Like I'm just gonna go to the movie and rewatch that scene now, right? So I don't know.
I even got kind of vibes from that in the first trailer. Not that they showed a scene particularly, but they told a lot about the movie.
Yeah.
About the lighthouse keeper.
I know where his dad comes from now. I wanted to find out in the movie.
Yeah, so like for me, my excitement levels haven't gone up. If anything, they stayed where they were because I love Black Manta. I think he looks so sick. I'm really excited to find out more about him because I'm not too familiar with Aquaman and his villains and anything too much about him. So I am kind of excited to find out more on that and Orm and all that stuff. The whole Atlantean thing. I agree with you. I hope you see more of Atlantis and like see kind of the culture and what the mermaids are doing down there and the mermans,
the mer people.
Yeah, don't profile.
No genders. Non-binary mer folk.
We're just mer people down here. We don't fuck with fins and gills.
I'm a little worried about the Aquaman joke and humor. I feel like it will be 50-50, maybe 45, like on the more negative side.
The failing.
I don't want to be too negative. I'll see it and have my my review then on the movie. I don't want to like review it too early, but from what I've seen, I'm not too excited.
You can't review.
You can try.
Yeah, you
I
can
can
review.
review the demo.
You
Yeah,
can release an Aquaman review right now if you
I
want.
could,
I'm not going to stop you.
A review?
Yeah.
Oh, you could get fined for it. You could if they figure out you're making it up, then fine. But if they
you'd have to be like pretty obvious that you're making it up.
Because the thing is, I think some people have tried before, and like let's say critics get to see it, then other people put out a review and they do that, and then people wouldn't check. It's like, oh, how did you see this movie? We need to check, and then
How'd you see this movie?
it didn't happen. Same
I don't
thing
need
with
to tell you. I don't need to tell you.
My dad works at Nintendo.
Wow.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, with this trailer, so I think probably since this Aquaman movie has been going on, I think I've been the highest person on it as far as defending it, saying it's gonna be great. I don't know why it's with this trailer and the last one. I'm just not hooked in, and I don't know why, and I'm waiting to, and maybe that third final trailer will do it, and hopefully it'll be short as well. I like this trailer more, and I'm optimistic about a few things. One, I love the scenery. That happened in the first trailer, but it was a lot more quick shots. I liked at one point when they showed kind of like a white throne room in a way, where it was just the imagery looked great. And I think like you were talking about, Dylan, there's some great shots, and for me it was the action. Like that, and I guess it's kind of like a video game, but that chase scene through the buildings, whatnot, lots of people have seen compared to Uncharted. I've not played them, but I've seen them and be like, okay, that feels like it, like an Indiana Jones. And I really am digging that. I liked, and some people said like Bourne Ultimatum too. Like I really liked that action set piece of mirrors run through the streets, Aquaman deal with Black Manta. So imagery, that's a plus. And then as far as action, there's also, they showed quick snippets of like Aquaman when he's fighting Orm. They look like they're doing like the Black Panther kind of duel thing, and just the way they were moving in the water and flipping, like that looked cool. So that's gonna be a little bit more excited from. I think visually it's gonna be a great movie, and I think the action, even though there's gonna be some big set CGI pieces where it's just like so much is going on, I think they can pull it off well. To me, this movie has a fine line of, is it gonna be like Star Wars Phantom Menace, or is it gonna be Avatar? And I don't think Avatar's the greatest movie, but Avatar's action and the visuals are stunning in that movie, and that's what I'm hoping for this, right? I'm hoping it's just like, yeah, it's gonna be a CG fest, but I'm sorry, it's a movie that takes place underwater. We should know that. So for me, I just want it to look good enough that I can suspend my disbelief like a Thanos, and hopefully it's good action. So I got that. For me, there's just nothing that took me about the story yet, and I think it's also because I'm just not a fan of this rendition of Momoa. Like the first 30 seconds, they get in the tomb, and he just looks around, and he's just like, badass, and it's just like. Go check our Venom review. And just between Justice League, and I liked him in Justice League, but I think it's the same way Kirkland said. I don't know if I need him in a full movie. Not Aquaman, but this Aquaman. I just don't know. Maybe he works better as like a Hulk, and I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to connect. I hope that'll be different, but I just don't hang around with people like that in my life that are very bro-y and whatnot. So I don't know. Like the humor, that's the biggest thing. The humor just doesn't hit for me at all. And so I like the trailer more, but I'm waiting to get super excited. And if I had to pick, like, it's bad. This is the worst thing I can say. It's bad last night when I see the Bumblebee trailer, and then I see this, I'm like, I like that Bumblebee trailer more. And I fucking hate the trailer.
It's also not 5 minutes.
But it's true, but like, I should not like the Transformers trailer at all, but maybe it's just the way it's put together. I'm not sure. I do not think this is going to be a bad movie. I think it'll at least be good. I think it'll be like fun. I don't think it's gonna be the best movie of the year, best comic movie. I think it's gonna be in that like maybe C+ range. Dylan, I'm gonna ask you again. 13% after this
Honestly,
trailer.
at this point, I gotta stick with it, and I'm going to. This movie's getting 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Ship it.
But yeah, I think no matter what, I think it's. I'm trying to think of a movie that's come out recently that was just like a fine. Like I don't think it'll be Justice League level of fine. But what's the last comic movie that came out that we were kind of like, it was alright. Like Venom is something else, but it leaves like an impact on you, right? Like
fun.
Maybe it'll be. No, I think it'll be the equivalent. I think it'll almost be the equivalent of like the first Ant-Man, where it came out, some people liked it, some people didn't, but it was just like it was a good, solid movie. And I hope maybe it's better than that as far as the epic scenery, but I think the story might just be meh. And the acting looks good, other than like I don't think Momoa is bad. I just think what he's doing is I'm not a fan of.
I feel like kind of how we mentioned, like the humor is probably going to be 50-50 with most people, or at least us. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but
not Taylor. Taylor's gonna love it.
Yeah, Taylor's gonna love it. Let's be honest. 9 out of 10 movie for Taylor.
The Venom boys.
But like I feel like for me at least, it'll be kind of 50-50. But there were some scenes that it was a little more serious, and Momoa as just that serious like badass Aquaman character without the little quips and like just the I don't know, the comedic things that he's saying. Like, I kind of like dig that. I forgot to mention like the look of him in the gold and
Yeah, we
green.
didn't talk. Yeah.
That, like, he looks sick, man. Like, especially like he just looks mean. Looks like Khal Drogo. Like just.
Well, that's one
I
thing.
wonder why.
Yeah, that's one thing I will give them credit for. Like, along with the imagery and scenery, this movie looks so colorful, and I like that a lot. Like, it is this kind of like a Wakanda. Asgard, and even Asgard, it's kind of bland. Like, it is supposed to be this magical sort of world, right? Like something new. So I like that. Yeah, the suit. I think going with the classic look is a good idea because they made it cool. Like the classic
like
look.
the next gen.
Yeah,
Aquaman
yeah, and
suit,
like the Aquaman, Justice League, it looked fine.
I feel like Aquaman, from just random pictures I've seen, he's usually kind of like a slim dude, right? Is that not kind of true?
He's not known to be like a huge buff guy. No,
so
and he
this
is
this
short.
also with the outfit, right? Kind of is like something different, even though it's the same outfit.
Yeah, it's
not
like
a fucking
the
massive
like the
guy.
color scheme of the outfit. That sort of like the green gauntlets and boots and the yellow, which lots of people are like, oh, they won't do that. It's too comic booky. But I think they made it look
They
good.
did a good job.
Yeah, and this looks
well,
like
even
this
with the villain, right? Like it does feel more like animated.
Yeah, and just do it. Go with it. You know, people accept this nowadays. So, anything else on the Aquaman?
Aqua people.
Yeah. I'd say if anybody, because this show's coming out again for the DC streaming app, if anyone wants to know more about like Black Manta and Aqualad and Aquaman's son and whatnot, is what the hell is
Aqualad. I forgot.
Young Justice, great show. So
Young Justice.
yeah, and
like an animated show back in the day. Or something?
and sorry, it was a few years ago. It got canceled. It's on Netflix now, so I recommend it. And sorry, it's not Aquaman's his dad, Black Manta's dad, but they do a lot of fleshing out the characters. Really good show. It got canceled, but DC Universe app is bringing it back this year. So.
Cool. Very nice, very nice.
You know what? I don't got to transition at all. Let's talk about the Mandalorian. Let's talk about Star Wars. You know. So this was some huge news past days. Also, we've heard about Jon Favreau working on a show for quite a while. So this is coming with the Disney streaming app. It's officially titled The Mandalorian. He said that it's going to focus on the Mandalorian, who's a lone gunfighter in the galaxy. It's a show that takes place 70 years after Return of the Jedi, so it's in the past the dark times for once. So it's so it's some uncovered territory, and then also it's I swear it was 10 episodes, but I think I saw somewhere 8. But it's in that 8 to 10 realm, and they announced some of the directors. They announced Bryce Dallas Howard, so obviously she's starred Jurassic World, but daughter of Ron Howard, who directed Solo.
Has she directed it?
She directed one film, a short film called Soulmates, that was reviewed well. So this is her first dabble into a live action longer thing, but TV makes sort of sense. Dave Filoni, he's the creator of Star Wars, Clone Wars, and Rebels, the animated one. So he's going into live action.
That's cool, yeah.
Deborah Crow, I think, as you say her name. I can't remember, but she did multiple episodes of Jessica Jones. And then Rick Famuyiwa, who did Dope, he was gonna direct Flash, but he dropped out. But he's he directed Dope a few years ago, which got a lot of acclaim. It's an independent movie. And then the biggest one is Taika Waititi, Thor Ragnarok, What We Do in the Shadows. So I said this in the group chat, kind of a murderer's row of directors. And I'm talking, so I'm just gonna throw out my points right now. I'm super excited for this. Obviously, anything can be bad. You never know, but I think. They're saying each episode gets about 10 million. We've heard overall it's like 100 million budget. I think Jon Favreau, between Jungle Book and the Iron Man movies, there's at least a level of quality I feel like we're going to get with him. I don't think it's going to be a bonfire or garbage fire or anything like that, so that's good. And the directors, I like that it's all mix of a lot of interesting people. It's not just a full they have this one tone, and that could be a detriment. Maybe that shows like that Taika episode really didn't fit, but that what gets me excited. That feels like the biggest thing to me is they're making a Star Wars TV show. It's about Mandalorian, so yeah, people are gonna excite because it's like a Boba Fett, a Jango Fett, like Hitman, assassin type of character. So right away, you got the Boba boy. It's just like Taylor's creaming his jeans the second he saw that picture of the Mandalorian. But with that saying, I just like that shows that they are going to make a real effort to make this show as great as possible by not only the budget, but going out and getting some really talented directors. And Jon Favreau's running the whole thing. So I'm super excited. There's rumors your boy Pedro Pascal might be playing the Mandalorian. So yeah,
my boy.
I'm very excited. So far, if you were to throw this down on a paper, like look at this. All systems go. Like it's like I have no worries yet, and hopefully the trailer will come out and be great. But I can't say anything negative. It's just they're doing it right. So hopefully it's a good product. And 2019 cannot get here soon enough. I'm excited to review that. And I hope last thing is I hope that they're not going to do weekly because Titans pissed me off that they're doing weekly episodes. It's binging. Just drop it all at once.
Yeah.
You want to compete with Netflix? I don't want to. This is honestly just for podcast purposes. I don't want us to come back every week or Taylor and I every week to review The Mandalorian. I would just like to watch it all in the weekend and we all review it together and move along. So please, Disney, drop it a binge. That's all I can say. Or you'll get a 1 out of 10. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Very excited.
At least they get 1 point.
Yeah, very excited. So that's my
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like you said, there's nothing really negative to think of or to take from it at this point in time. Everything you said, like the diverse directors, pretty decently big names.
Yeah.
And
for a TV show,
yeah,
like, Taika is the one that surprised me the most. Coming off Thor Ragnarok to do this that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we're past the dark times too. We're not doing any more prequel stuff. It's not like a character that we're going off of that we already know. Like, because there was rumors. I don't know if that's similar or like separate from this, but like the Boba.
There was rumors that it was going to be Boba Fett, which clearly makes sense now that people probably saw like concept art of a guy in a helmet, like Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
I think I didn't say that's the best thing that they're not doing.
It's
hopefully,
not attached to anything. If it's something fresh, is what that's what I'm happy about.
There's so many IGN articles and Facebook articles like who is this character? That'll be a point off. Don't make this anyone we know. I don't want to know anything about it. Make this just someone completely new. Like I don't need to. This was somebody's grandfather who fucking go like. I don't just make
anything's possible.
Make him or her because we don't know if this is a man or woman yet. Whoever it is,
it's a man.
Non-binary folks.
Well, they just said it's a lone gunfighter. They didn't say a man or woman gunfighter.
It's definitely one.
What?
That's my prediction right now. It's like a Samus thing. You don't know.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. It's Phasma.
You just ruined all my.
She takes off her helmet. She's got the shiny helmet underneath.
That's how
it takes it off. It's General Grievous.
That's how it ends. The First Order like takes her in. They're like, you can get new duds and everything like that.
You want a new helmet?
Yeah, new duds.
Yeah.
And you're gonna new duds, Phasma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. I don't know much more to say. You touched on a lot of big points on. Yeah, you did touch it all.
Good.
I 100% agree with you. I think they need to release it all at once. I feel like it's just, especially if it reviews well, which I can't see it reviewing too poorly. I feel like it would help them because then they'd get the reviews out and then more people would see it, right? Where it's not
True.
Like, did you hear about the first episode of The Mandalorian? It's just
true.
Like,
they want that. They want those money, right? They want.
Especially if it's only like what
8 to 10 episodes.
8 to 10 episodes. It's like, why would you wait? Like, why would you spread it out over 8 weeks? You know.
I'm trying to think from a business standpoint. Yeah, what works better? The get it all out and get those reviews, or do you? The only reason is do they do it over weeks so people stay subscribed to that subscription? That's the only thing.
That is a
right?
fair point. Yeah.
But I think
it's a slightly different route for Disney because they have much more loaded for their app, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna have movies and
stuff.
They have exactly. They have that. They have Monsters Inc.
University
TV show.
Yeah, some Monsters Inc. property.
Whereas
TV
DC really only had Titans, so it makes sense for them somewhat to spread it out because then you need people to stay. Whereas DC or not DC, Disney has got the bases covered. It feels like.
That's a good point. No, that makes a lot more sense because they can space out and they have movies coming like Lady the Tramp's also coming and whatnot. And plus, they'll get movies that are like, oh man, episode 9 this month is gonna come out. That'll be a big thing. I cannot wait to see this thing launch. To see like they say it's priced lower than Netflix, but I just think they're gonna come over and just take over the streaming world.
They have so much.
Absolutely.
They have so much.
Yeah.
They're very powerful at this point.
Oh yeah, I feel like if you just take the chunk of Disney products that they have on Netflix, and because they're gonna be taking that out and putting it on their own app, like
eventually,
so many people I know, all they watch is Disney movies on Netflix. Like seriously, just like the old childhood movies that they watch, they watch it with their kids, or they just try and reminisce, get those nostalgia moments out. Especially with all this new products coming out, they're just gonna Disney, man, they're taking over the world.
Well, it's like that's even before like they got Marvel and Star Wars. You know, like they could have done this on their own, and then like we don't talk about
Nintendo sometime soon because the Switch is gonna go down now.
Whoa!
I don't want the Switch to go down. I just want them to make Nintendo movies. But that'd be cool.
The other thing is too, you gotta think that they got Fox and they got all that movies coming too, like all those libraries. Yeah. Like Die Hard is not, and The Predator is not gonna be on Disney streaming app, but like stuff like Home Alone, they have kids stuff, so they got a lot of stuff coming. There's a lot of butter churning over there.
A lot of butter churning.
Dylan, what do you think? You know, just wearing the Star Wars shirt.
I'm wearing the Star Wars shirt. Yeah, so I've been pretty disappointed in Star Wars the last couple of years, but this has me finally excited for something from Star Wars.
Could you say you have a new hope when it comes to Star Wars?
Boom.
That's the best pun I've ever done on the show.
Is that really the best?
I think so.
Should make a montage. Of all
I
the
can't
puns.
think of any off the top of my head. But
You'll remember this one.
okay, I will. We'll see about that. I'm a big fan of Jon Favreau, so just having him kind of as the lead guy behind this has me excited in and of itself. But as you went through those directors, just has me more and more excited. Obviously, I love Taika. You know, Thor Ragnarok is a great movie, and I love What We Do in the Shadows. Just he's such a unique guy, and I'm really excited to because. I feel like he's gonna be in that episode as well, like as a character.
I hope so. Because there was a meme going around that he should play Boba Fett when they're doing the Boba Fett
That'd
movie.
be so good. I would love that.
I feel they call episodes in TV a bottle episode where there's a character or a certain set of characters where they don't go anywhere, they just stay in one location, and they do that to save budget. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think his episode, I could be completely wrong, I have a feeling his episode could be entirely set in just a cantina. Because I could see him with a bunch of aliens and like him having fun, him playing one
and
exactly like this
jokes,
Mandalorian is in this bar, maybe he's hiding out there. I could be wrong, but I just feel like I feel like his episode is gonna feel different, and that's the only way I could see it working. Is if it's in the bar, you could make it kind of kooky, right? Like if it's this big adventure and it's like I don't want Thor Ragnarok humor in the show, but if it's in the cantina, it could completely work there. You know?
Yeah,
so
sure.
yeah, that's my prediction, kind of my hope.
I mean,
I hope Taika's in it like Dylan said.
Star Wars offers such a diverse range of like just settings and types of characters.
Totally.
So really, it's cool to have like all these different directors because they really can take their own vision with it.
And it's a full universe too,
it's
right?
a full universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I like. Sorry for cutting you off.
It's just like I don't know how to build on
I'm
that.
sorry.
It's like, yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
That was a Shark Tank moment. Kirkland trying to pitch you why you should buy Star Wars. It's a full
I'm
universe.
like subliminally messaging.
No, it's good. I need to get faster at my reactions when people interrupt me. And it's like,
True.
It's something I really struggle with.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just get completely
I know.
stunned. You know?
I ambush you there. I'm sorry.
Well, it's tough.
It's a full universe.
Before you go, there is a fine line of the
We gotta go back
podcast
to formula
of
now.
what is interrupting and what is continuing conversation.
Yeah.
Because I never too much wanted to be like where we just say our points and then we all sit quiet and then we move on.
That happens sometimes,
Yeah.
and I don't like it.
No,
Yeah.
but
You like
then
pass the talking stick.
that's why
Yeah.
lately I've been trying to do the Taylor thing where I try to throw up the hand now because as bad as it is, like it
It's
does
just-
work. Cause
It's a full universe.
We try our best to, at least I try my best to end whatever statement I have by throwing it at someone else.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like this. But it's not so easy. Especially
No.
when we don't. We have a very loose plan for these episodes, and we know what we're going to talk about somewhat. But after that, it is mayhem. Whenever I hear, every time I've heard the word Mandalorian, I instantly think of midichlorian. So that's going to fuck with me big time.
The show's about imagine that.
When I first saw the
Midichlorian.
headline that you posted, and you were like really excited, I was like, why? Like, I thought everyone hated midichlorians.
What a way to kill the fandom! Just to show the midichlorian. It's about
The
like
origin story.
Yeah, it's about,
set
like,
in the dark
the
time.
It's like
midichlorian
Osmosis
sperm
Jones.
in somebody's body or
It's
something.
like that
like
movie
that.
Osmosis Jones. Just like in
The fuck is this?
Do you know that movie?
What?
Oh, Google it.
What is it called?
Osmosis Jones. Oh,
I'm
Google
gonna.
that shit.
I'm gonna.
That sounds like a
I watched
the
it in like
rival of
biology
Pajama
class.
Sam or
I
something.
watched it in biology class. It's lit. Robin Williams.
Is it like an educational based thing?
Not really, but it goes through the body, so kind of fits with like biology.
Have you ever watched? I got really slow Wi-Fi right now because we're live streaming. Have you ever watched Look Who's Talking?
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
Okay.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I've
Have
never
you seen?
seen it, but it's this animated movie.
Solid 55% Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, his boy the pill. It's awesome.
His
So
boy
you,
the
so
pill.
you want that, but midichlorian Jones, the movie.
Midichlorian Jones.
Coming to a Disney streaming app 2020.
That's me.
Going back to the
Generally,
whole universe.
Yeah, Mandalorian. I guess we only know so much, but
Well, if you ask Taylor, he'd know every single thing.
Sure.
Because I'm in the middle of go to Patreon Clone Wars Retro,
yeah.
and I'm learning a lot about the Mandalorians.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
you know, some is good and some is just like, I didn't need this.
Well, either way, I like that there's some relation to the boba and the bounty hunters and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Because I mean, Tyler and Taylor have both talked up like this. You know, that's what you got to do for a movie. Is like some
Mandalorian.
sort of
They're
bounty
completely
hunter
wrong.
thing. And I agree somewhat because I just find that I think it's like an interesting place to start.
Well, I think it's such a good idea because we haven't touched upon Mandalorian so much. like we have Boba Fett and stuff, but we haven't gone deep into like the race of the Mandalorians and that they're like this warrior race.
I know
right?
quite literally nothing.
I don't know much.
No, I'm down with that. The way Tyler and Taylor always pitches Boba Fett the movie, and I always said that would not work.
Yeah.
One, because Boba Fett is an awful character. He just looks cool, but if you really break it down, he does shit all in those movies. He doesn't even capture Han by himself, and then he just falls off a ship and dies in the
He doesn't have a great legacy, yet he has a really good legacy.
He's
just
just
badass.
He's the definition of like the hot chick in school, you know? Like,
Okay, he looks better, but his ship is also really cool.
No, that was his father's ship.
Okay, well.
Oh no, he didn't. No, I guess he did inherit that ship. So you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
so
it's in the will.
but it's all about his look, you know. So and I've always said too the way
shoulder cape.
this character, I do miss that this Mandalorian does not have the cape.
Yeah.
He's gonna go through crime bosses, everything like that, and you could do that with Boba. But with Boba, I just felt like you need to put other bounty hunters around him or the Mandalorian one because to me, if this was Boba Fett the TV show, I could see that working more than a movie. I just feel like a movie just centered around Boba Fett the bounty hunter just wouldn't have worked out. I think there's many ways to do it.
Yeah, no, I think you need like a team.
Yeah,
if anything.
but I think a TV show works much better for a lone gun bounty hunter Star Wars thing. You know, like I do. Even then, I think this is wrong as well. But with something like Taika, they won't do it. I always pitch this. This is stuff I want, but I would love it if every episode was just him going after another bounty, and it was really basic, just really cool, fun solo Star Wars episodes. You know, that won't happen, but that was just I wonder if that could be the vibe because you have so many like unique directors doing this. But that's what I would like. Where the movie, I don't know, like I don't need to see Boba running around doing stuff. So
flying around, he has a jetpack.
True.
Do you have a jetpack, Shroud?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Can you show the technology?
Nope.
It's in prototype.
Yeah.
I like that they have some female directors for this as well.
Yeah.
Just I think that'll be fun to see because we haven't really had that for any Star Wars stuff ever. So it'll be a fun take, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm excited to see like the different directors and like how different like the episodes that they direct go. Like. Because obviously it's not all going to be the same, which is exciting. Because if every episode you're just kind of expecting the same thing, it gets very bland very quickly, and you just kind of get out of the show. Like I don't know, that's why I don't finish many shows. One part I don't like the heartbreak of loving a show and then it's over, and I'm like, what do I do with my life?
Yeah.
So I might as well just leave it open ended, right?
Do you not get that with the movie though when you finish it? Like then after
you're done? You always get more invested in the show, right? You get so much more time with these characters.
No, for sure. There's a lot more time spent with them. One last thing I kind of forgot to mention is how you actually brought it up. My boy Pedro Pascal. I love that man. I think he'd be an awesome Mandalorian because watching him in Narcos and like he was a good guy in that, but he was very like intimidating and like he was very gritty and just I would love to see him as a bounty hunter. So my vote's for him.
Anything else, Dylan?
I don't think so.
Well, I will transition to talk about something that I didn't put on the news, but you guys seen enough of it, and because I can also officially announce that Dylan, because it's not been announced, but we've seen photos of him in the costume, that Dylan does have 2 points in the superhero draft, because Jake Gyllenhaal is playing Mysterio, because we officially... They haven't announced it, but you see him. It's fucking him. So
I'm getting my 2 points.
So right now, Dylan has 2 points tentatively, but that'll happen, and Kirkland has 1. So Dylan is in the lead of the superhero draft, which at least this year is a lot more exciting because last year no one got a single point. You know.
He was a little anticlimactic.
So let's see. There's still like.
Why does he have 2?
Because that was his top star. Remember we put like a tag. Yeah.
Everyone gets their 1. I forget. Do you know who your?
I don't think I got a double though because I joined late.
No, you did. It wasn't Pedro though. I'll go back to confirm because I'm doing bloopers, so I'll go back. Mine's John Cena, so let's hope Bumblebee's great and let's get him into Aquaman too. But when do we feel awesome?
Is it come out next year? Aquaman 2?
No.
Well, maybe they announce the full cast and they drop a trailer and then they delay it like. Transitions? No.
Oh no! I still say.
Damn! Oh no!
You guys liking the Mysterio look of what we've seen so far? Obviously they're just set photos, but I just saw it bring up because Mysterio's our boy. So
I gotta see Fishbowl, man.
I've heard from multiple sources people that it is. he does have the bowl. So, we
So
don't
would
know
it be fishbowl where you can still kind of see Jake Gyllenhaal, or it's just a fuzzy, hazy?
Depends how close you are.
That's
Depends
not
if he's
known.
using his magic or
You gotta
not.
go
Does he
right
have
up.
the hollow cube?
You got-
Or
it's
does
all
he not have the
foggy.
hollow cube?
That's not known, but I think you won't see his face, and I think they'll do Iron Man Vulture whenever they want Gyllenhaal. They'll go into his fishbowl, but then around it'll be almost like Black Manta, where it's smoky and whatnot.
Okay, yeah.
Hashtag save Hannibal. That was my pun from the
Hannibal.
Geek
I
Goodness.
appreciated that.
Yeah.
I try to add one in there, but I didn't put much effort in. But because you had to save Hannibal,
You can't do better.
I was like, we want the bowl, so.
Yeah. It looks great to me. I love that even his arm gauntlets and his legs, they have just like the little spikes that he has. He even has, like,
His suit
they're
looks
blurry, but you see that you can almost have like those eye tassels that he has. And that was my biggest worry after Homecoming was what they did to Shocker. So my biggest worry was Mysterio better look like Mysterio.
Yeah.
And now that this happened, I can now start getting a lot more excited
Yeah.
for Spider-Man Homecoming. Because for me, that looks important. We're at a time now where we don't have to do like X-Men in leather uniforms. Like we can do like just go full like we were talking about Aquaman. Go full comic book people. Like
Totally.
Venom's gonna be a huge hit this weekend. You know, it's this movie that's getting killed by critics, but you know what? He looks like Venom. It doesn't matter anymore. You know,
Yeah.
so I love the look, and I'm
I
excited
do
to see an official photo.
I do really like the
Love it,
look.
love it, love it.
I love it,
Yeah.
love it. Confirmed, 3 loves.
Triple.
You know what? Sorry, Kirkland, you might not love it, but me and Dylan are gonna love it because Daredevil season 3 trailer.
Why would you say I wouldn't love it?
Just because you haven't seen them.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. You have to catch up.
I thought you're a notorious Daredevil hater.
No.
Hate everything about the series.
You got the
hate all
Daredevil
the fight
tone
scenes.
with your hat and
I do,
your sweater,
yes.
so you should.
I love the original film.
We just watched that last week. It's still holds up.
Awesome.
Still holds up.
Peanuts?
Oh yeah, it's great. In like a Venom.
I don't
scene.
remember that scene.
What scene did you?
Bullseye is just a wild character in this movie.
You should
Oh,
watch it again. We
wild.
did it for our Marvel Watcher. Yeah,
I would
it's
recommend
great.
watching it.
I won't
Definitely.
spoil it, but let's just say Taylor maybe did.
Love it.
No.
Really? Unloved and unloved.
He didn't love it.
When the episode drops, it'll be a worthy review. So you should
Okay.
watch the movie and then listen to our review. Like
Of
everyone
the
else
two
should.
movies that Taylor just likes, that is one of them.
Yeah.
So,
No, there's 3.
Interesting.
is there a third?
Jigsaw,
Yeah.
Man of Steel, and apparently Daredevil.
I thought he has steel case from it.
He does.
Okay.
He does, but he says
And
he gets-
Daredevil. Not
No.
Steel Case.
No, not still.
But he has the DVD
Yeah.
that he may have stole from someone. Then if you want to find out, anyway.
You know who steals stuff is Bullseye, because he's stealing Daredevil's identity all up in this trailer. Dylan, what do you think about this trailer? Obviously, like I said, quick pitch. Go to Patreon. We reviewed Daredevil for.
I'm just gonna run to pee.
Of course.
You guys talk.
Please run.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
sorry.
Professional podcasters.
So on Patreon, you can get the review right now. If not, that'll be dropping the week of. So we did 2003. It's a very fun podcast.
And
What do
we've
you-
done season 2 of Daredevil.
Yeah. So and Defenders. So what did you think about this? Because it comes out in 2 weeks, and it's obviously our favorite Marvel Netflix show. And I'd say everybody else's. Like it's usually
the
that and
best.
Punisher, and maybe season 1 of Jones. But
Mhm.
what do you feel about this? Because they kind of said they dropped, and it's coming quick here.
Yeah, this one's weird because I just feel like they haven't built up to it, you know?
It's like they forgot
They
about
just
it.
dropped it out of nowhere. I feel like Iron Fist just came out and it's already coming out this month.
Yeah.
It's very fast. But I'm super excited. Daredevil is an amazing character. It's been an amazing show so far. This trailer is interesting because it kind of just shows one aspect and then kind of teases another. So it shows that Kingpin's coming back full force.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm really excited for that. He's gonna, turn the public eye against Daredevil. And I'm really excited to see how that happens.
Took some sort of deal to get out, so that
Yeah.
should be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Obviously, Kingpin, played by what's his name again?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He does a voice in Dishonored too. Fantastic.
Great guy.
And yeah, he is an amazing Kingpin. Really, really skilled actor. So I'm really excited to see him come back. And then yeah, is that Bullseye?
It's Bullseye. Because they've confirmed that it's his real name, like it's Benjamin, I can't know, it's like Pexilla, or I can't know how you pronounce his last name in the comments, but like, it's Bullseye, but it's not, I don't know if he's Bullseye yet, like he is the guy, it's like
Sure,
he's Bruce Wayne before he'd be like Batman or something like that, right?
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
I think that maybe,
Yeah, with the shows they don't go over the top with like this is the character's superhero name all the time, right?
But I think there's a chance that maybe either in the season he becomes that, or the next season's like, well, I'm gonna get my own bloody costume. You know? So but this is that character, so he could suit up at some point.
He could,
you know. And
I would like to see that.
Yeah. It's a you know what Bullseye's suit is, right? I'll pull it up.
In the movie, doesn't he just have a tattoo? Where it's like,
Yes.
it's like a carving.
It was branded on his forehead, which fits his insanity.
Because his outfit would be the one from Ultimate Alliance, right?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now, but yeah, that is Bullseye in there. So.
But it's a cool scene to see Daredevil in his old garb, which is just like, you know, black clothes and a scarf over his face, and then, you know, Bullseye in the Daredevil costume looking at each other. So yeah, I don't know what to expect from that, and I have limited.
So they might not do that. In the Netflix
I love his look. Yeah.
I would like them to do something similar. You know.
I have very limited experience with Bullseye, only from the Daredevil 2003, which is almost certainly going to be almost entirely different from this Bullseye, which is for the better. That was great for the 2003 Daredevil. I love that character, but I don't want that in this show because it wouldn't fit at all. So
there's a part of me that would for an episode, like in like some drugged up state, Colin Farrell just popping into Bullseye again.
That could be good.
I said this to Dylan in the car last night after Venom. I want to live in the world where they did a Daredevil crossover with Ben Affleck's Daredevil and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. And you gotta see Tobey fight Bullseye. Yeah,
Colin Farrell?
Yeah, Colin Farrell's Bullseye against Tobey.
Hilarious.
That'd be amazing.
Other than that, I didn't really pick up too much. That's kind of what this trailer outlined for me. Is there anything else that I kind of missed in there?
There's not stuff there's stuff I don't want to say that would maybe spoil. There's stuff that I would know as a comic person.
I would say that this trailer, honestly, it didn't get me super excited. Or it didn't get me any more excited, because honestly, the announcement of Daredevil Season 3 is all I needed to be excited.
Yeah.
And I mean, this trailer is good, but it really only showed kind of Kingpin and then like a brief teaser of Bullseye for me, and then nothing else from like the other side characters and such.
Sure. The other thing, again, because they hint this in the teaser, they keep hinting at. They're pretty much this season's just a Dark Knight, because they're just hinting at, is Matt gonna kill Kingpin? Because Matt, like, Kingpin's like, there's only one way to stop me, and you're not gonna do that. And Matt goes, how do you know? It's the exact same way in Dark Knight. Joker's like, you know, how are you gonna stop me? Batman's like, I have one rule, and Joker goes, well, that's the rule you're gonna have to break to stop me. So they are just doing Dark Knight. It's fine, because Daredevil and Batman are pretty identical. They struggle with the same, like, I don't want to kill people, but I want to. So like, you know, Batman because he has a code, and Matt because he's Christian. So I think that's the other thing in this trailer, that they're really playing up, like, will he go to that next level? Because obviously Kingpin, and I'd say Kingpin 100% knows who he is now. They alluded to that last season.
Well, they have a scene of them just talking to each other, and he's not in any costumes.
Yeah. So that obviously that's confirmed that he knows that Matt Murdock is the Daredevil. So yeah.
Should be exciting.
Yeah, so this trailer actually lessened my excitement, and I'll tell you why, and it won't hamper my review when we get to it. I'm very much worried that I'm not going to get born again, because they set up last season, and I feel like they're going to take few aspects from it, but it doesn't look like this storyline of Imposter Daredevil is not Born Again. So for me, I'm going to now, after this podcast, I'll put that aside and just be excited for what this is. But for me, it just looked like they're setting up a really classic storyline. There's aspects of it. If you've seen the nun in the trailer, you know what role she plays in this, so there's that. Fisk finding out Daredevil's Matt Murdock is the same thing as Born Again. So I think they're gonna be inspired with it. I just need the line, you shouldn't have signed it. As a comic book fans, if I get that, I'll be...
You shouldn't have what?
Shouldn't have signed it. And I don't want to say because it'll spoil something, but Matt Murdock says that to a certain character, and that just changes everything. And if I get that moment you shouldn't have signed it. If I get that, it's a 10 out of 10 season. It won't be. But so I'm hoping they're holding some of that stuff back. Other than that, I really liked it. I like the morality play. Matt's always been struggling with that. And I think it's a good way to introduce Bullseye. I think it was a good way to end the trailer. Like, who are you? Like, I'm Bullseye. And I'm not.
I'm Daredevil. You're mixing up with
When he's just like, I'm Daredevil, and he puts up the gun they cut. And I like that it's a good explanation of why he's the Man in Black this time around, because he's not, it's going to feel that you wouldn't have two Daredevils running around, so that makes sense. yeah, there is a lot of nods to Born. So I'm very much on the fence, but I'm going to go in expecting it not to be that. As just this season, I'm excited. I think it's always a fun concept in superhero movies and TV shows when the bad guy's going to frame the hero. You know, it's a classic trope, but I'm always down for it, and I think they can do it really well with Kingpin. So
when is this season coming out?
October 19th. So
soon.
Yeah, so I don't think you can finish those first 2 seasons. You have to. You're a Daredevil fan.
I will, absolutely.
They're great. You say that every time Daredevil's back.
I don't have a due date, though. Like, there's no, like, you need to watch this or it's gone forever. If it was, I would totally sit down.
So you need to watch Daredevil season 1 and 2 before this one comes out this month.
Oh.
Wow.
You wanted a due date. Take that, bitch.
Shit.
Come on, get on our level.
I'm like, I don't know what to say.
I want you to join for some of these Marvel
I gotta
shows.
finish Hannibal. Let's go back to that show.
That's dead in the water. When that show, when it comes back,
Save the Hannibal.
I mean, we're still hashtagging it, but like when it actually does come back, that's when you can catch up on that one. But right now, Daredevil is priority.
It's the Habs.
I think we're past the point of it coming
And
back.
actually, I guess you kind of maybe have to watch Defenders, so it's a lot. It's a lot of dedication.
Would I have to watch Jessica Jones to watch Defenders? Because I watched first
I don't think
episode.
you have to appreciate it, yes, but I don't think you have to.
Yeah, Defenders also is only 8 episodes, so it's shorter.
Iron Fist. Do I gotta watch that?
No. I mean,
Just skip to
I
season
think
2.
all the same. I'd say all those characters are the same. You don't have to watch the show. It would just help. Same way as Avengers. You wouldn't have to watch all those movies, but
True.
it helps to know relationships and whatnot.
Sure.
So, you know. You know what helps is when you release a trailer and you say this movie's coming out in February, and then they say next day, no, it's coming out in June because
Because
how does that
back
help,
to
Travis?
formula.
Yeah, they went right back to formula. Yeah, the Dark Phoenix has been pushed to June. While these guys are talking, yeah, look and see what's coming out in June. I think it's a terrible date because it's in the summer. The last X-Men didn't do the greatest, and it just, I don't know. They've given reasons of this, like they got to work on the effects. They've given reasons that it did really well in China, the trailer, so they want to release it then. I don't know. Okay, sure, you're putting it in June.
When's Infinity War coming out?
Yeah.
Oh, May?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, right, yeah, they won't go. That's why they didn't want to go before.
Definitely.
They should have.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
It's a really strange decision, as you mentioned, to drop a trailer. Hey, check out this movie.
That showed most of the movie. Like, so many spoilers. We went through it on the last cast.
Maybe they're gonna remake it in time, and that's why.
I feel like they've already been doing that
Or
for
just
2 years.
Yeah. This
Just
movie
take
is-
Taylor's suggestion, just scrap the whole movie.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe
write
they
it off.
should,
Just write it off.
Because again, to preference,
I know.
this movie was supposed to come out next month originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a wild jump.
What's all coming out next month? I know The Grinch for some reason.
Well, Grinch, Creed 2, Wreck-It Ralph, Fantastic Beasts, Girl in the Spider's Web. So
Okay.
there's a lot of them, but
There's a lot of
I don't
them.
think it was delayed because of like, oh, we gotta,
Well,
because
these times.
they would not put it in June then. To me, because some people have been like they're confident about that. I
yeah.
don't agree because it's coming out the same day as Secret Life as Pets, and okay, fine, I know it's a different audience, but still, that's a big movie. The week before is Godzilla King of Monsters, so that's gonna be big. The week before that is fucking Aladdin, and then the week after X-Men Dark Phoenix is the new Men in Black, and then the week after that is Toy Story 4. I feel like out of all those movies, Godzilla had a great fucking trailer, Aladdin, Disney, and then Men in Black, which, okay, that could be, we don't know how that's gonna go. It's
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Tess Thompson, but still. But then you have Toy Story. I don't
Yeah.
get it. I
Well,
feel like February's a great time to
Yeah,
release it.
that's exactly what we were talking about last time. Because, like, February, like you were saying, it's pretty slow around that time. There's not many big releases.
January and Feb.
It
That's
would've-
why
it
Black
would've been
Panther was
pretty
such a surprise.
Yeah.
When it came out, it did money that's not supposed to in that month because movies don't make that much money in February.
Mhm.
And in this February, you had the Lego Movie 2, you had Alita Battle Angel, you got Happy Death Day 2, and How to Train Your Dragon. So some bigger movies, but not Toy Story,
No,
not Aladdin, you know, not these juggernauts.
I think
so-
it would have fit in that slot much better than June.
Yeah.
And especially, like, kind of coming out.
They should just
I can't
fucking
see.
man up and drop it in on the same weekend as Infinity War and just say,
Whoa.
we're ready to sweep this movie under the rug. Like, just say it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Quit toying with us.
Yeah.
Risky move.
Any other thoughts, Dope?
No.
Well,
Not really.
another thought about X-Men is Deadpool is releasing a untitled Deadpool movie coming out the same day as Aquaman. It's going to be a PG-13 version of presumably Deadpool 2, but they are filming new scenes that will go in towards the movie. I'm not sure if you guys seen Princess Bride before.
Negative.
Okay, so there's some stuff with Fred Savage that they filmed as far as to spoof that, and that's in there. It's about, there's an actor who's a little kid. This movie was about the grandpa telling the story of this movie, and that was the movie. they're doing that with Deadpool, but the guy is now a man, and it's that actor, so it's like he's reading him like the Deadpool 2 story,
Okay.
and apparently it might have a Christmas title, so I'm not sure what this is. I'm definitely going to be seeing it because, one, I'm just interested what it is, and I trust Ryan Reynolds, that crew, to like make something fun, and the other reason is because I do feel like Deadpool, if he's in Disney, will get a PG-13 makeover. I don't think this is that. Some people are like, oh, it's Disney. No, they don't even own Deadpool yet. But I do want to see it just because I'm interested to see, okay, can a PG-13 Deadpool movie work? Because if I watch this movie, I'm going, you know what, it was really enjoyable, then it might lessen the blow when we get to Deadpool in Disney World, you know? So,
like, when I first heard of it, I was pretty negative towards it, just going off of Deadpool. Like, it just fits so well as an R-rated title.
Mhm.
What kind of changed my mind on it was watching Venom, actually, and
okay.
because that one was PG-13, and it's
Well, different.
like,
I feel like Deadpool, he has a lot of violence, but I feel like that's not the main reason why he gets the R, though, right? I
Yeah.
feel like it's the dialogue.
Yeah.
well, yeah, like, give me an example.
Well, he'll just say something like fucking fuck nuts, or like
Yeah, but like they were swearing in Venom PG-13.
they dropped one F-bomb.
They said F-bomb. They used
Yeah.
the pussy word.
Okay, what about like in the first Deadpool when they had that sex scene like through a bunch of months and they're like having sex on top of Thanksgiving?
That's the R-rated Deadpool where
Yeah.
you don't need to have a movie with that, especially if we've already seen it. Tone it down a little bit.
Okay.
Not so vulgar. Obviously, they won't have much blood.
Mhm.
I'm assuming
A
because
lot of
the lack of blood in Venom that was
Yeah.
pretty noticeable. So I'm definitely more positive now.
Yeah.
I'm more intrigued as to where it goes on how well it does. I agree with you. I totally trust Ryan Reynolds and that team on the Deadpool because they are just killing it right now with that character.
Mhm.
So right now I'm more on the positive spectrum.
I'm with you. I still think
Yeah.
you can do a PG-13 Deadpool. I don't think it has to be rated R, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be, but it's kind of been set up that way so far. I do think you guys make a good point that, you know, the team making this movie, I feel like they have enough creativity to still come up with a lot of, you know, just quips. I mean, that's what the movie is, just constantly, right?
Yeah.
Still do a lot of that while toning it down in
Yeah.
terms of vulgarity. I don't think you need the action to be, you know, chopping people's heads off and blood everywhere, but I don't know. I guess that's kind of been established as what it is. I'm excited for this just because of that setup you told of like just some guy reading it like you know, telling it like a Christmas story or something. Just because that just sounds wonky and it sounds like it'll fit really well with Deadpool. I think it's really fucking funny that they just dropped it on the same day as Aquaman.
I know.
Throw a big fucking over to DC.
It's not even an MCU.
I wonder
Everyone's
if
thinking
there's gonna be a joke in the movie about that.
Probably.
Because that I'm really excited for that part.
If they were to do it, I could totally see it in Deadpool. Like that's
where you
it
gotta
makes
do it.
Because one of the best things about Deadpool is with that fucking mask, you can overdub anything you want as far as dialogue with it, right? You don't see this was the picture they released, and that's what they filmed. The same with Fred Savage.
Okay.
And it's a really classic like family movie. So, and I think that'll be the reason why he tones down the violence and the swearing because he's telling the story to a child.
And we've talked about this a long time ago when we were discussing like what if Deadpool jumps into the X-Men
when
movies
they bought him,
and you have like he can have meta jokes about him being toned down
Yeah.
and being PG-13 and you can use like you can bleep stuff out and it would fit the character and all that. So yeah, I mean obviously because of the fourth wall nature of Deadpool, you can do a lot to mess around that rating system and still like make jokes about it and have it. I think it'll still be just like a really fun time because Deadpool 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's just enjoyable from start to finish. And Deadpool 2 is a little more serious in terms of its story and like delving into the origins of Deadpool character. And this seems like it's not going to be that. It's going to take it another direction. And yeah, maybe eventually trying all these different things with, I guess now the up to 3 Deadpool movies. Eventually they'll find their way into making something that's suitable for the Disney world. And we won't have to lose Deadpool in this deal, which is something we've talked about a lot before.
Yeah, because it like not necessarily just like it's for all ages, but like Deadpool without all the vulgarity, like he's still hilarious. Just like breaking the fourth wall and his little like chimichanga jokes and stuff like that. Like when you add those like super vulgar things that he says that you're kind of not expecting, you're just like, holy shit, that was hilarious. But like if you take that out, like he's still a fun character, and Like,
Well, like,
the
look
team does a really good job with it.
Look at when we play Marvel Ultimate Alliance, you know, like the sort of quips he has. We mentioned, like, oh, this is the save point, you know, like, I do trust Ryan Reynolds and that team.
know that word.
Yeah.
That was such a good voice. Holy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought Doctor Strange was in the room.
If they, I trust that team enough that I think if they get, hey, you're making PG-13, that just makes them have to be smarter and be like, okay, let's find a more clever way to be more funny, right? Because it would be KG.
Yeah, in one way, it's like opening a new door to all sorts of new jokes, right?
And they said the biggest thing, like, way back in the day, the first Deadpool is with them having a lower budget, that they said that helped them be more creative. Well, you're going to get extra creative if Disney says, hey, you got to tone it down. I feel like they can do it. I feel like they can. And if that means getting a PG-13 Deadpool, and that means me seeing him in the same scene with Downey, then I'm up for it, you know? Like, it's...
I'm totally down with that.
I
didn't think of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that's
money
awesome.
with him, and, like, you put Deadpool in a Thor Ragnarok type of movie,
Yeah,
in a Taika movie, yeah, or a Guardians,
Feige would be having this Deadpool in his
Throw
universe.
Jeff Goldblum
Yeah.
in the mix.
Oh, yeah, just have a yeah, him and Grandmaster, fuck yeah.
I can't wait for that movie.
You know what else is releasing that day? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We got a new trailer, and if we wanted to, we could talk about the stuff we saw last night after Venom, the second post-credit scene. Spoilers, is just scenes from Spider-Verse. What were you thinking about this movie? Obviously, we're excited for it, I think.
This is a fun trailer because it kind of shows the more team aspect of it. It shows more of Spider-Gwen. It shows Spider-Pig. And what's the name of the guy in like the trench coat? That
It's
version?
just Spider-Man Noir.
Spider-Man Noir from
Yeah,
the
Nick
Noir
Cage.
Spider-Man.
the
Yeah.
PS4.
Spider-Cage.
Yeah.
There's the costume of it.
It is Nick Cage. He's voicing
Oh
him.
right,
Spider-
I forgot about that.
That's why
He doesn't
Taylor,
really have any. Does he have any lines?
he just says, "Hey, Spider-Man." Like,
It totally sounds like Nick Cage. I loved it.
That's why Taylor sent in that photo. You know, he's just biased. You know, he's like,
Oh,
"Oh, that's
right.
the coolest Spider-Man ever." But
I completely forgot. What's funny is that's as you were saying that one of the costumes in Spider-Man PS4, right?
yeah,
Looks
no
sick.
Spider-Gwen though. That better be next year. You know,
Uh-huh.
my daughter is named after Gwen Stacy, so it's a big deal.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked seeing the team up aspect of it. One thing, this makes me
Oh.
curious if there's anyone else in the team, or if we've seen them all.
I was
now.
gonna ask that.
And
I was
I
gonna
want
ask
there
that
to
as
be
well.
some surprises because they gave like a pretty big setup of the story. You know, they're gonna get stuck in this universe,
Yeah.
and they all want to get back to their own. I want there to be some more surprises, and
What do you specifically want though? Because I know what you specifically want. We talk about this in the car because I want to.
what's that?
You want Toby to spoil
Oh,
something.
I would love Toby. That I don't really fully expect that
No,
to happen.
He's
right?
just live action. He's not
Yeah.
even cartoon.
I don't know. I think it could work.
What's
I think it
happening?
could work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an example of like another spider character to have, but I also
2099.
Like Scarlet.
Sure.
Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, Ben Reilly,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ben Reilly Spider.
Yeah, there's lots of. I mean, there's obviously lots to draw from through all the years of comics. And I don't know. I just want there to be some surprise character who's
Yeah.
part of the team.
I agree with you. I don't want it to be everything that we saw in the trailer. That's just the movie we get. That's the Scooby Gang. You know, like that's just what we get to work with. Like,
Mystery.
yeah, like even if it's just like not part of the team, but we still experience more of those characters, like
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I think you'll see different Spider-Man, but I think it would be a thing like almost if they're going through different universes or seeing them, and they would see them. I think this is going to be the team. Maybe there's one they're holding out, but I think this will be the majority of the team with some Easter eggs. Maybe there's even an end credit scene with another Spider-Man,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Now, one thing that I didn't think I would get to this point and say, and this was really came clear to me when we saw this scene at the end of Venom, and then also from this trailer, I'm feeling lower on the look of the movie and the art style.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm very surprised.
Wow.
But seeing it on the big screen, I didn't like it as much. I don't know. I feel like the first trailer just had such a distinct look to it, and this feels like it has less of that. I know that this is part of their style and that it's like more choppy, but I'm just getting like bad vibes of like playing some 30 FPS game. You know, I like my frames, I like my frame rate, and this movie's lacking
Like,
that.
on purpose make it look like comic dots.
I know that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like that's intentional,
Yeah.
and I'm really surprised to be saying that. So I'm
surprised as
now
well.
I'm really curious, like watching the movie, if I'm gonna feel a little disconnected because I am not jiving with the art style so much. I mean, I think back to like, because it's not just like the choppiness of it, because obviously Kubo movie came out a couple of years ago. It's like stop motion, so it's kind of like that in some way, and that was like one of my favorite movies of that year. I loved that art style. So I don't know, we'll see. But honestly, watching that scene last night at Ben and watching this trailer, I like the content of this trailer, but yeah, I don't know. I'm cautious. I'm cautious now.
Interesting.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I really like it. Just very unique. Nothing I've really seen before. Total comic book art style. Really feels like the comic book suit in the Spider-Man video game. I love the look of it. I love how they have like the little like comic book like onomatopoeias, whatever you would call them.
Speech bubbles.
Yeah, speech bubbles.
Yeah.
They're just like, especially like when Peter Parker's like swinging with Miles and it's just like whoosh, like I love that stuff. Like, yeah, I remember the first time I saw it, I was just like, I feel like this is an old school 3D movie, but I don't have the glasses on.
Yeah,
like
that's a great way to
look.
describe it.
Yeah,
That was
like that, but like the more I've seen it, I don't know, I don't notice it as much. I just see that like the imagery. I don't see
You
the whole
adjust it
effects.
to
Yeah,
this is the world.
totally.
Yeah.
But I just love the look of the characters. I love the look of like the world and just everything. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm really excited. I've been waiting for this since I saw the first trailer drop. Just so pumped.
Yeah, no, I don't have much more to add. I love the art style. I won't spoil it too much, but we saw this scene last night. It's just kind of like Miles meeting this Peter for the first time, and I thought it was really fun. The humor was really cute and charming, and there's one joke in particular that kind of ends the trailer about the certain people in New York. That
was hilarious.
I think I'm gonna really enjoy this movie. I've gotten vibes from this before. I think it'll be more serious, but I think it'll be on the equivalent of like Lego Batman in that sort of way, where I think actually that Lego Batman actually had quite a bit of emotion put into it. So I think it's gonna be that level, and I'm not hoping it's that good because Lego Batman really surprised me. But if it's anywhere near that, I'll be happy. I like the look. I am really bought into this theory that people have that this Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. So I'm hoping that they don't do anything to not say that the older Spider-Man, because in that preview they showed him doing the train, kissing Mary Jane upside down, and the date when the car gets thrown. So I hope in the movie they do nothing, they just leave it up to interpretation, because if that's the case I really like it. But if they do leave it up to interpretation, I'll be always a little salty that they didn't get Tobey, because you said this off-cast, I do agree. Jake Johnson's voice is growing on me as Spider-Man, because the first trailers I did not like it at all.
No, I didn't like it at all.
I just something about it. So it is growing on me. So hopefully the movie, whether it will already be attached to me like a symbiote or it'll just happen throughout the movie, will be great. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is that. If I had to pick one movie, I'm definitely more excited for this than Aquaman. I'd probably pick Aquaman just because Aquaman is bigger in the grand scheme of things, just because it's in a universe, there's live action Black Man and stuff like that. But what I'm most excited for out of all those movies coming out that weekend is Spider-Man, next to Vice, of course. But Spider-Man is it's looking great.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I quickly want to touch on the Jake Johnson voice as well. I forgot to mention on cast, but because I remember the first time we heard it, it felt so like foreign and it just felt like it didn't fit. But the more I've seen of this Peter Parker, it's definitely grown on me, because he just feels like a middle-aged, like, wants to retire. He's just like, oh, you got money for this burger.
That's definitely like the.
I'm not very liquid right now. It's just it's grown on me, and I kind of I'm growing to like it. So yeah.
That's definitely like the kind of typecasting he gets between New Girl and Jay. Like, that's the kind of guy he is.
And if you like Spider-Man anime and stuff, Spider-Man Retro is back. Me, Dylan, and Kyle break it down every week, so we're finished off. We're in the middle of season 3. Kyle's there for this part where they are. They don't see his death.
In this universe.
They don't see his death. But if you really like it, head over to Patreon. You get all the episodes. Me and Dylan are recording the last 2 here in the near bit, so it's a fun show.
When we get some time, it's a busy night.
The episodes I've seen, you guys are killing it. I'm loving them.
Thank you.
Have you watched them or you listened to them?
I watch myself listen to them. I have a mirror.
Nice. Let's go. I'm gonna edit that because we don't need to talk about that. I don't even know. Let's talk about this quickly. Okay. Titans dropping next week. Also, we should talk about because someone will be reviewing it. Final trailer. Already been renewed for season 2. So clearly,
bold move. I would say.
That's what happens when you have your own app, though. You know, you get to decide what's on that.
Or when you have a lack of ideas. Like, let's just confirm season 2.
So the reviews out of Comic-Con were good, but I'd say like it's tough because lots of them are fan reviews. BVS the night fans saw it, so it's just as good as the Nolan trilogy. So I always say it's tough. I'm happy fans are excited, but I always preference like just wait a second, fan reaction. You're hyped, you're seeing it. Just wait a second. So I'm excited. I said this to Kirkland off cast, and I think we both wish it was maybe just a Robin show. But he looks great. Everything I've seen of him,
he looks awesome.
the actor looks good.
Suit
I like
looks
the costume.
phenomenal.
I know Dylan's kind of a hater on the suit, but
on the Robin suit.
yeah.
I think it's fun.
His hair is prime.
What I'm holding up is because there was like a teaser released a few weeks ago. It wasn't in this thing. Starfire asked him like, "Oh, what happened between you and Bruce Wayne?" And they show a shot of Bruce from behind, so I don't know if we'll see him. There's 2 clips actually. There's a clip with Jason Todd, the new Robin. They have a really fun back and forth, and there's one point where he's like, "Oh, I drove the Batmobile to get here," and he's like, "He lets you drive the Batmobile?" He's like, "Yeah." Like that's gonna be so much fun. So all the Robin stuff is great. But they say this line in that trailer where they're like, "Oh, me and him had a different way of crime fighting." I'm still very, very worried if Robin is killing people in this show. I
It
feel
looked pretty gruesome.
I'm checked out.
I was getting
Yeah.
like from what I've seen of Daredevil, that Kingpin murder scene when he just fucks the guy up at the door is very similar to when Robin was at that car. I swear he was like that was. I saw blood. It looked gruesome.
Yeah, and to me, I think it's just a very lazy tool of.
Well, I don't know. That's because it seemed like the rest of the squad was watching him do that, and they were like shocked themselves.
Yeah,
They're
but
like,
I don't
"Whoa."
want that. Good. The easiest, laziest option is writing is to make Robin killing him and then have this redemption story of like, I shouldn't have been doing this the whole time. Like, to me, that's just lazy. You can't think of a way to make this character have some progression other than he's gonna kill at the beginning of the season and then in the end he won't be killing. It's like, no, like, and that's
the opposite of.
Well, yeah, it just
Typical story.
for me, I'll be really disappointed, especially because if anybody, you could make Batman, and I don't like the version of Batman, but him more brutal. Robin is always kind of his moral compass. He's the one, like, because he's a kid, and he grows up, and he's seen, like, how Batman or Bruce could go down a bad path. So for me, really, I'll be really checked out, and I'll be a big negative on my review. You can check out our BVS review. I feel that I love Ben Affleck, but I don't like that Batman just going around fucking running over people and stuff like that. Like, it's core to the character that I like. Like I said, if you don't mind heroes killing people, that's great. I'm sure you're a big Frank Castle fan. But to me, when I want heroes killing people, I'll go watch Venom. I'll go watch Punisher. I like it a little bit different. And the trailer, to me, it looks all right. I think the show is going to be kind of just fine. I've never seen a trailer that's blown me away, so I'll watch it. I'll review the first episode, but I've never been like, man, this looks fucking great. There's aspects that look really good, but it's like, I don't know. I hope it blows me away. I hope those fans are along, and I watch it, and it's like Daredevil quality. I'm like, oh, this is great, But
It'd be a good surprise.
yeah, and the CG kind of looks hit or miss in the trailers too. There's some that looks, oh, it looks alright, and then when Beast Boys turn the tiger, you're kind of like,
Not so great.
And some Raven stuff is a little.
I want to see him green too. I want to see the green Beast Boy.
I don't know if you're gonna get him fully.
I know, but
You just get the Jared Leto green vibe. With a Beast Boy
Beastie,
tattoo.
Beastie.
Back to formula.
Oh, man. That's a big thing to have in the forward.
I feel bad for our fans.
You gotta look very close
I feel
to
bad
see.
for our fans that have not watched Venom because you can't be in on this joke. Yet,
I know. I was gonna mention a minor. Maybe I'll make.
No,
it-
don't
you
mention a
can't-
minor spoiler in a non-Venom episode.
Okay.
That's so funny.
Well, I was gonna say Starfire kind of reminded me of someone.
You can just
You know
say
what I'm
something
saying.
bad in Venom, or if it's someone bad.
It was someone bad.
Is it someone bad?
I don't actually know.
Are you talking about the wig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a bad wig in
Every
Venom.
good movie has a fake wig.
So
Every good.
I saw Starfire. I was like, holy shit! Was that character crossing over?
Wow.
No,
I know what you're talking
like,
about. Yeah.
I absolutely love the look of Robin. He looks so perfect for that role. What me and Travis were saying, kind of want to see a Robin little standalone. Because the rest of the cast, I don't know. I'm not sold yet.
Yeah.
I got to see more. When I see the show eventually, maybe 5 years down the road, who knows?
And I know I will put. Well, you won't even. You guys get to Daredevil. You will probably still won't see it. But they did announce that outside the U.S. They didn't specifically say Canada. They just said outside the U.S. this show's going to be on Netflix.
Oh,
Because
okay.
nowhere else has
Believe it or
it.
not, Canada is outside the U.S.
The reason I say that is because, so you know that show Star Trek Discovery they just started?
Sure.
So they put that on CBS All Access, but that's just exclusive to America, that app. And they said everywhere else is going to be on Netflix, but they're like, but not in Canada. So that's why I said it could happen. They haven't said that so far, and if it's on Netflix, that's great.
That's
That
just
would
a
be-
big
that'd be
fucking
awesome.
Canada right there.
Yeah, I did already cancel my DC app. I've told these guys there's just nothing for me as far as I need original content. So well, and
Can't blame me for that.
I have the apps. It's a cool thing. It has some bugs that needs to be worked out, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be on Netflix for you.
If it's on Netflix, I'll give it a watch personally.
I honestly, I'm kind of the same because my girlfriend, she loves Teen Titans, like the animated show.
It was a classic.
Yeah,
I love that show.
She's more of the fan of the Teen Titans Go one. It's a little more like.
Oh, that's like the newer.
Yeah,
she's seen the movie.
No, we didn't go see it.
I missed it too. Everyone's saying it's
it.
fucking great. They say it's Deadpool for kids. Like there's lots of fourth wall breaking and stuff like that.
Yeah, so a lot.
And they even at the end of the spoilers for Teen Titans Go, the post credit scene is they have this this dimension device, and they bring in the Titans from the show that we all grew up with.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
like same like animated stuff.
And they hint that the show might be coming back, so
Oh,
people think that they might bring that show back for the app. Yeah.
How's that coming
watch
in?
That's super cool.
I don't know, but yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about Teen Titans.
Yeah.
We all missed it because we're busy.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
I think it came out in
months ago.
let me see. I think it's like July something. It was around a bunch of other movies, and I know that's why we didn't do it. So, but yeah.
So possibility if it comes to Netflix, we could watch that because I got someone to watch it with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the look of everyone other than Robin, I'm not too.
Not really.
Robin. I thought I said.
Came out the same week as Mission Impossible, so that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. The one other character that I'm kind of on the fence with if I like them or not is Raven, because Raven does wear a hood like a lot in like the original show. So maybe if she puts the hood on and then like you kind of got the CGI with the eyes, like she kind of looks a little cool. Some of the CGI, I agree with you, it was hit or miss. Like some of the stuff looked good. Beast Boy, not completely sold on. Starfire, I don't know. I gotta see more on them. Like I want to see them more in action.
We've been given nothing of substance for Starfire really.
Yeah,
she's just like.
Did she even do powers? Did she?
There's one scene where she's like blasting the car.
Well, there's a scene of her getting all Robin though, so
yeah,
that's true.
Spicy.
Well.
I will say that this show definitely looks the Daredevil route of it looks more mature audience.
Yeah.
Like we thought that before, but there's sex scene, there's lots of blood, so it's
Fuck Batman.
He's gonna fuck Starfire. That's what he really wants to do.
That's what he meant.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
Wow, how was your night with Dick? It was great, but he kept calling me Batman. It was really weird.
Yikes. Anything to say?
Crickets.
I feel
I thought it was a fine joke.
A fine joke.
Fine
It was a fine joke.
I think you gotta go back to formula on that one.
Yeah, seriously, get back to the. I feel incredibly meh on the show. This trailer did pretty much nothing for me. You guys like Robin? I think he's all right. He's probably the best. He's definitely the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
That's not saying much. Yeah, Beast Boy and Starfire, very little substance. CGI on Beast Boy.
The Beast Boy.
Beast Boy, more like
Who's
Beast
my
Boy.
Beast Boy?
Yeah,
Who's my Beast Boy?
Yeah, we've seen a lot more of Raven in these trailers. Doesn't look great, but not totally awful. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really that has latched on to me yet. However, if it does hit Netflix, I'll definitely check out the first couple episodes and see if it's worth continuing.
All I need is a good pilot. Hook you, and then maybe okay,
That's all
let's
you
see what they're doing.
Well, you can quit on a second if that's bad.
Yeah. Harley Quinn trailer. Obviously, just kind of a teaser. The show's coming to the app in 2019. I like it. I will watch it. I'm very excited. They're leaning almost too much in the Deadpool thing, but they kind of
very Deadpool vibes.
But they like joke about that, so I'm kind of fine with it. I'm fine with it. It's just because my Harley, I've never been. I know they've kind of started to introduce this. She's more like Deadpool, but I've never felt her as like a fourth wall breaking character. But I'm fine with this show. Let's try something new. And it looks like fun. Ivy's gonna be the straight man, so I will. This is one for sure where I am not used to it, but I liked what I saw so far.
Yeah, is there gonna be relations between Harley and Poison Ivy? Do we know?
I imagine because they just got married in the comics recently.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So from what I saw, I liked it.
Yeah.
No negatives really. I definitely Deadpool vibes, but it didn't make me feel like that was kind of cheating on their end. Like I thought it was fun. The little like Batman just popping in there and just be like, we're serious in Arkham.
He's popping in.
Yeah. Just,
he's a buzzkill.
Total buzzkill. Like it. But yeah, it was very short, but not 5 minutes. Not unnecessarily long. Didn't drag.
Nope.
Short and sweet. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, very Deadpool. That's all I have to say.
Did you like any of the humor in there?
I don't know. It was okay. I don't think I'll be watching this one.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Not even give the pilot a shot.
Well, is this DC. This has got to be on the DC streaming app, right?
Yeah, but maybe it'll come to Netflix if we get Titans and we don't get that app, then they gotta make money somewhere.
I'll give it a. Yeah, I don't think it's going to Netflix. They can't just pump everything out to Netflix. They need something for that.
Once there's new shows, I'm gonna get the app again, so you can just use my login. All right, try.
You really want me to watch the show? I don't really want to watch.
No, I don't really watch. I'm just saying if you want to check it out,
I don't remember. Were they swearing in the trailer? Like, what's the
Yeah, they beeped it though. But I think in the show they'll be allowed to swear. That's
like
R-rated? Yeah, I think I just beeped it to get the teaser out there. Yeah.
So. I like the old school look of Harley too from the animated series.
True.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Kirkland, you didn't watch the Holmes and Watson trailer because we didn't watch it before.
Holmes and Watson.
No, Dylan,
What
did you?
is this?
I did. Yeah.
Is this like a Sherlock thing?
Yeah, it's a comedy with Will Ferrell playing Sherlock Holmes and John C. Reilly playing.
Oh fuck.
The triumvirate.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it for you.
Yeah.
I did not like this trailer. I love these two. I think it's Will Ferrell's best pairing as far as a comedy duo. Talladega Nights is great. Step Brothers is classic. I will see this, but I don't think I'll see this in theaters. It just looks much like Will Ferrell's more recent movies with a lot of bad humor. I had seen what was that, Daddy's Home recently, and oof,
There's one too.
I didn't see that one because I saw the first one. I was like, I don't need to see more.
But you said recently. I feel like the first one came out years ago.
I'm taking the Kirkland watch Titans approach. 5 years.
No expiry date.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is too, I'm not a big fan of stuff that's what would they call
I don't know.
historic piece. I don't think that's it, but something that's in the past and they're using humor that is
Modern
today's
day.
Modern day humor. A period piece. That's what I was looking for. A period piece. And when he gets the selfie thing, he's like, oh, it's like a self photograph, and he's like, hey girl, like. I don't like any of that. I laughed one part of the trailer when there's bees everywhere and he's shooting the bees. Other than that, not a fan, but I will see it at some point in my life because I love those two together. Maybe the next trailer will be better, but this was not good.
Yeah, it didn't blow me away, but I love that pairing big time. Step Brothers and Talladega Nights are very important comedies to my soul.
Shake it back!
I saw like little snippets of the trailer without volume. You know when you're scrolling through Facebook?
Nice.
Yeah, so I saw a little bit of that, but just knowing that it's Will Ferrell, I am a notorious Will Ferrell lover. I
don't think it's that notorious because I did not know that about you.
Well, you don't know me well enough.
Did you know that, Dylan? Did you know that, Dylan?
I would have assumed yes.
But no, you would assume. That's not notorious, though. That's like
Just give him his notoriety is not
okay,
there.
okay, I'll tone it down the notorious. I am a secret. I don't know.
I'm a closeted Will Ferrell.
I don't want to say I'm secret though, because I'm very open with it. It's just like if someone's trashing Will Ferrell, I'm not gonna be pissed at them, being like, you guys are stupid.
But I don't think it's the same way as like Dylan has Jack Black, Taylor has Nick Cage, I have Michael Fassbender. I've never associated like you and Will.
Well, no, okay, that's fair.
Because I don't think you mentioned it once.
I'll grab it back.
Whereas, I'm a notorious Steely Dan fan. I mention it anytime. I don't even have a chance. I just mention it anyway.
See, I feel like everything that Will Ferrell's in though, I really, really like.
Everything.
And if you guys quiz me, I haven't seen Anchorman 2.
Oh, well, that's, you
don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you like the Daddy's Home movies?
Daddy's Home. I've always seen the first one.
And
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh,
I loved it.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's just,
that's high clean.
Don't despise me because of it. Everybody's got their own.
We're not gonna despise it.
I don't know this guy's face.
That's a weird face. He just sucked on a lemon. That's what.
Yeah. Those
Two
Sour
lemons.
Patch Kids, man, they really got him going. But
they got him going.
yeah, I agree with you. I think it's his best duo pair. John C. Reilly. John C. I'm excited. I'm gonna see it with some of my homies, and then.
Do we count? We're not part of the homie squad anymore. Or?
I feel like
growing up, Will Ferrell friends.
Growing up, I had my Will Ferrell friends that me and my
we
homies,
all do. I think
we loved his stuff, and we can quote his movies.
We got to bring that together because I think we all had that on our own terms. We got to bring it together.
Mine was me, myself, and I.
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't know what to say, but.
Mortal Engines.
Hey, no, I want to quickly say that this trailer's not great. Didn't get me super jazzed for it, but I mean, just the pairing alone, I think it'll be a fun movie. I think it'll have some good laughs in there either way.
Coming out the same time as Aquaman and Bumblebee Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be a night one for me. I got other prioritized things. But Rebecca Hall's in this movie as well, and she's amazing. So.
What do you like her from?
From The Gift and from The Town. She's good.
Pretty cool.
She's good.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
You should watch Christine as well.
Christine?
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but Michael C. Hall is the second lead in that. You'd really enjoy it.
I would like that movie.
What?
Christine.
It's about a news
Retro,
reporter
let's
who's
go.
kind of suffering from some depression issues. Really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. So I like that she's in it. Hopefully she's in it a decent amount. Because she's cool. So let's send it. What's next?
Mortal Engines
Mortal
trailer.
Engines.
I'll start off. I got no hype for this at all. It's a young adult movie. I'm kind of over that after since Twilight. And I think Peter Jackson, I think he's probably one of your most overrated directors because he made one of the greatest trilogies. But really, other than that, if you look at his filmography, there's nothing great. You know, you look at George Lucas, he still made like American Graffiti, and there's a few other films before Star Wars. With Peter Jackson, I really like The Frightener, so there's that. But all his movies have just kind of, other than Lord of the Rings, been like, they're fine, they're good, but I think people like get really hyped for him, and I did too. And maybe it was The Hobbit that like made me see the light. But even Winter's Bone, which I like, was still a very flawed movie. So it's not the same way of like a Spielberg or a Nolan where it's like, man, Peter. Like there's rumors a while ago that he was gonna direct a DC movie, and everyone was like, oh my god. And I was like, yeah, but he's all right. Like he maybe did 3 great things, you know, that were is the best trilogy of all time. But maybe.
Hey man, he went to the bottom of the ocean in a pod. He's got some rep.
What'd you say?
Peter Jackson, he went to the bottom of the ocean in a pod.
He was trying to find out if he wanted to do the Aquaman movie. That's what he was
He
doing.
was looking for the Aqua people, the non-binary
Is that
Aqua.
I don't know what you're referring to about this
Oh,
pod.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a deep.
Did you know about that? He like went. He like went
in.
in a one-man sub, and then he went to the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
I didn't know that he did that.
No, he did. He went solo. There was
I
a South
believe
Park
it.
episode off it. It was
I believe
hilarious.
it.
No, I'm not a South Park fan.
He just likes to investigate his work. You know, he went to New Zealand to find, you know, the elves. I don't think he found any, but I'm trying his best.
Like he's just like the perfect person to throw into a South Park. Like on all the shit that he's done, I think.
By the way,
I don't know much about his personal life. I feel like you're
I only know
Notorious
the shit from
Peter
him.
Jackson.
I'm a
you've
notorious
never
Peter
seen Lord of
Jackson.
the Rings, but you know a lot about his personal life.
You never seen Lord of the Rings?
That's
Oh.
fake news. What are you doing?
Also, before you guys go, Mortal Engines also coming out that 5-day span of Starverse. So.
Yeah, it's a
So-
rough
That's a
time.
lot of movies.
On top of all the
Yeah.
movies,
Let's push that down to June. Come on.
All the movies moved
Yeah.
to X-Men's release date, Spider-Verse,
on top of
Aquaman.
all those movies, Tenacious D is playing in Vancouver on that very day. So there is
the
a
14th?
on the 13th.
Are you going?
Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna
Nice.
definitely go. So
Where
there's
are
a
they
one
playing?
in Vancouver at the Mary Elizabeth Theater.
Oh, so you might not see Spider-Verse then.
I'm gonna
Not that excited
prioritize
for it, is he?
Tenacious D, so there's a chance I miss it.
He's a notorious Spider-Verse hater.
But guess what? Yeah.
I
But
fucking
guess what?
hate that.
He'll be back for Aquaman, so that's like,
Aquaman.
Aqua people.
Yeah, I'll Skype in. I'll Skype in. Actually, if it's the same night as the concert, fuck Spider-Man. He's got nothing on Tenacious D.
fake news.
Yeah, I don't love the look. This movie, I don't know. I think there is like some interesting, just like cinematography wise and like the scope of it. There's some interesting ideas there. From the trailer, there's not really any characters that I'm particularly interested in. It kind of seems like there's like a chosen one sort of archetype storyline, which I don't know. It can be all right, but not really usually my cup of tea. Honestly, yeah, I don't have like a whole lot to say on it. I probably will watch at some point, but you know, if it isn't for the podcast, which it probably won't be, I'll probably just wait until it hits a Netflix or a Plex or something like that.
It could have been if it wasn't coming out that week.
Yeah, it's a rough time frame. It's
Yeah.
busy, and that's only a few days after Smash Ultimate as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be no life in it in December big time.
I do think that they should move that movie. I don't know why it's there. That's a movie. Move it to January, February. I do not know
Yeah.
why it's coming
I
out
think-
the same
I
week as
think you move it,
Aquaman
yeah.
and again.
They're trying to get in for the Oscars for.
Oh yeah, and we don't mention it because we're not going to review it. The movies we mentioned are not even going to be the biggest. Mary Poppins is coming out that same week, and it's Disney, and they're pushing that thing like no other. I don't get it. Mary Poppins is fucking overrated.
And
That
fun,
movie's
though.
going to be huge. So that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, all the other movies are just fighting for second, pretty much, you know? So, and Mortal Engines, really, I would feel it would go like Mary Poppins, Aquaman, Spider-Verse, and then the
All the
rest,
other
like,
movies.
Holmes and watched it, like, and I think Mortal Engines could be pretty low down
Yeah.
there, because you got Will Ferrell in there.
I think one thing it has going for it is a really cool title.
Yep.
And
Mortal
you know,
Engines.
you could get people who go to the movies who perhaps that's how they haven't seen any trailers, they don't look at the posters, they just look at like what's playing, and they pick something 100% based on the title.
The other movies are sold out, so they go see Mortal Engines. That's it. Yeah.
That's sweet. I can sit anywhere.
Yeah. Look at all these seats.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of agree with you. There's not much to say about this. Very young adult oriented movie. Got feels from. It for some reason I got a lot of like live action anime like feels. Ooh. Like it just from like anime that I've seen. This is taking
just like a weird concept and like
world. Like because there's a famous anime movie called Howl's Moving Castle, and it's like a giant contraption movie, and like it just felt like a live action version of this.
Okay.
The little like I don't know, the evil man with the green eyes. He just kind of
Doom.
Yeah.
Doom from Fantastic. That's what he looked like.
Green Manta and Green Mantis.
Green Mantis. Fuck.
So I don't know. I'm most likely gonna see this. You know, the free movie in. I feel like it's a good movie to go with the significant other.
Possible.
You'll probably want to go see it. So. Yeah, I'll tell you how it is when I see it, but I'm not gonna.
It's better than Circle.
I'm not gonna bend over backwards to go see this movie. You know, like I'm not gonna
bend over forwards.
we'll see how the movie goes.
Jackson.
Come here, Robin.
So yeah, nothing much to say. Cool title. I agree with you. Cool little like dystopian world.
Yeah. I like the art style.
The chosen
for like the costumes and such.
A lot of actors I don't know who the hell they are except for
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, the red menace, red face menace. You look very disturbed.
Oh no, Schindler's List is getting re-released in December. I'm fucking pumped.
Damn,
that's great.
You're pumped.
I gotta rewatch
so
the original.
To go to?
December 7th, so it's 2 weeks before. So
same day as Smash Ultimate.
I haven't decided if I'm gonna switch it. I haven't.
Yeah, but you're still gonna be playing.
I'm playing with you guys for sure. Oh yeah. Well, we should do a week and we'll just lock ourselves in.
I'll do a commentating on you
that
guys
just
playing.
sounds unhealthy.
I'll do a commentating on you guys playing.
It's a new game. You have a chance.
It's a new game.
Yeah. And my last news has got nothing to talk about, but me and Dylan will be reviewing this. Very likely, Black Mirror coming back December.
Yes, 100%.
Love
very
Black
great.
Mirror.
So I gotta jump into that.
Amazing.
That's another show in the queue.
I honestly, I would say that I actually would put that as number one. I think you should
only
watch
heard
it.
Amazing things from that show.
Okay.
Everyone that I've talked to hasn't been like, it's okay, it's amazing. I think you need to watch it.
I want because throwing 2 seasons of Daredevil plus Defenders on you in 3-week period. That's pretty rough.
Honestly,
legitimately,
Defenders
you have
is
time,
like low.
and you will
Defenders
get into Black Mirror that you should watch all of it before December.
Defenders, if you embark in the Daredevil mission, you have to watch Defenders.
I forgot to even mention Punisher. I feel like Punisher is even higher than Daredevil. I think I was enjoying that more than
Daredevil. That's what character you like more.
Punisher's good, but you gotta watch Daredevil season 2 first.
Because that's a big setup.
That's where it gets
like, that's how he becomes the Punisher.
Because I was like halfway through Daredevil, and then I started watching Punisher, and I was like, this is sick. But the blonde chick, I knew she was in Daredevil because from the episodes I've seen, but I didn't know the connection between her and.
Again, really.
What's Punisher's name?
Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Again, it's nerdy stuff.
Not Murdoch. That's Daredevil.
I just
said. Did I say Daredevil?
Yeah.
Punisher.
Frank Castle. Yeah.
You guys are mixing your words.
I just said you asked the question. I answered.
Right, you're wrong.
I was completely accurate. Okay.
He said Frank Castle. And
I'm often
you're
wrong.
like,
I was looking at you. And then I look over at you, and then I hear Matt Murdock, and then it's just
but yeah, Black Mirror's coming out. I'm excited. We're gonna have a choose your own ending episode. So I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. It could be fun, but I like the story beats they do. But I'm excited. Hughes Callister was great last year. So
great show.
That's all the news.
I've seen the first episode and it was horrible. So
the first episode of Black Mirror? Are you fucked? It's like the best episode.
It's so bad.
It's so good.
I don't think it's the best.
Everyone that I talked to,
I think it's a great episode.
They hate that episode. They're like, just skip the first episode.
I think
it's uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah.
But like,
it's a great message too.
Yeah, it's a great message.
I understood the message, but I didn't enjoy myself watching it.
Wow.
You didn't enjoy yourself.
I wasn't. Yeah. Oof. That's an after 9 comment right there.
I wouldn't want you to, given the material provided.
That's all the news I got. Lots of news. Domas, you got anything?
I just wanted to quickly touch on a couple of 2018 movies that I caught up on recently. One of them being Hereditary, that Travis has been telling me to watch for a while.
I haven't even talked about.
Where did you watch it?
I watched
iTunes.
it on iTunes. Paid $6.99 for it. I watched it on. Anyway, I thought it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. It's a horror movie. Has I thought it had like really good pacing. Like there isn't any cheap jump scares in it. Like everything, all the scares in it, I feel like they really built up.
Yeah. That's important in a horror movie.
The acting from the two of the main characters, the mother and the son, is amazing. Particularly, Alex Wolff is his name, I think. He was in Jumanji. Wasn't he in like Power Rangers or something too?
Which character is he in Jumanji?
He's main character,
right.
The main one that becomes The Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He is fantastic in that movie. Like just
really
just from that alone, I'm really excited to see like what he does in the next couple of years.
It's the spooky season, so I gotta watch it.
It's nowhere as good, but if you ever have free time on a rainy Sunday, you should watch My Friend Dahmer. He's in that. He plays the guy that's friends with Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer, and it's fun. It's like I'd say it's like a solid like 7.5, but it's a really uncomfortable movie. So, I was gonna. I think we can talk about it. I don't know if we'll talk about it in depth, but at the end of the year, we're gonna definitely talk about it in depth.
Right.
If you haven't seen it, then you know.
Yeah, and
we do our top 10.
There's also some just really good cinematography in it. The mother character, she's like an interior designer or something, so like she has like little dioramas of houses and stuff like that, and they use that, and I mean along with a lot of other things, just to have some really like interesting camera angles. And like one thing I thought was cool about the movie is like the first half an hour or more than that possibly, it's like all the camera angles are just like, not all of them, but it's just like a very slow panning, and it builds the suspense. It builds it up, like it builds up through the story, the characters, and like the cinematography. It's just a really well done movie. And then
you forgot to mention the best part.
What's the best part?
The score.
No spoilers.
Yeah, the score is really good as well. There was one more point I had on it that I have written down.
I'm definitely gonna check it out because around this time of the year, me and my dad he's my go-to horror movie watcher with me, because everyone else they're just like, no, I'm not watching that. And then like I don't like watching a horror movie.
This one's not. It's not that scary. Like
but
I don't know.
It's what do you? It's not jump scary, but I feel like it's a movie that sticks with you. I feel like it's
that's my favorite type of horror movie.
It's just it's just a well-made movie
in
general, you know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, everything is built up really well, and the story is like just really fucking weird, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and this isn't a spoiler, but like first 20 minutes, stuff happens in the movie that don't happen in movies, and you'll be for a while where you're like, shit, like you'll get locked in right away.
Fucking A, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's great. Definitely my top 10 this year. So.
To go from that high to another low, movie I watched called In Darkness. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. It's a Natalie Dormer movie.
2018
It came out this year, yeah.
Okay. She's in some shit boxes right now.
She plays she's like a deaf
blind musician hears a murder committed in an apartment upstairs from hers that sends her down a dark path and London's gritty.
She wrote it. She was one of the writers.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know she was writing stuff. So.
No, but is it cool? You saw the movie and you see what she can do as a writer.
No, I don't think she's a great writer. I don't know what to say. No, I don't know. I thought it had like an interesting enough, like just that hook. I was like, okay, it's something to build off of.
Why did you watch this? I've never heard this movie. Like, how did this get in?
It was just like on Plex, and I was just like, oh, 2018. I want to beef up my 2018 repertoire before the end of the year. She's pretty good at it. She's
good cast.
She's a good actress. There isn't like I didn't really like any of the other characters in the movie. The villains are pretty lame, pretty boring. The overall story, I don't know. There was very little intrigue throughout this movie. It's very dull. I'll compare it to Atomic Blonde that came out last year, where like there's some general things I found interesting about the concept of it. When I was watching, I was just like. It was really dull and boring. And I didn't even finish Atomic Blonde, and I think that was even better than this movie probably. But
was that a Charlize Theron movie?
Yeah.
Did Deadpool too.
Yeah, this movie it really lacked personality and character. It was just very bland. So I would not recommend that one.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you for telling me.
I would
never. I was like, oh, you want to watch In Darkness? I can be like, I won't be like. Sure. I'll be like,
if you want to spend 2 hours watching an okay Natalie Dormer performance and then nothing else, I mean, this is the movie for you.
I like her, but I'm not caught up on Game of Thrones, so I feel like I'd rather just catch up on Game of Thrones if I want to see more of her.
That's me.
Thanks for that.
That's me.
I didn't ask this on the review deal. Let me ask you guys because we're talking about 2018 movies, and we'll get out of here. I'm putting you on a spot. La La Land versus Stars Born. What do you like better?
La La Land.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I find La La Land more enjoyable, but if I went pure movie, I'm going to Star Wars Born. I was surprised, but it's just because I'm.
I mean,
more
you
of a
put me on the
dark-
spot. I didn't think about it at all.
Yeah.
But my knee-jerk reaction was La La Land. I mean, I've seen it probably 3 or 4 times now.
Fair enough, yeah.
Honestly, it could actually very well go the other way. But that was just my. You just saw my
Yeah.
pure reaction there.
Yeah.
There was no thought in that. It was
I
just.
respect that.
Just because since we reviewed it now, I had heard the buzz, but I didn't read reviews because now we do this. But now since I had seen it with other reviewers, and obviously La La Land, like many people have called this year's La La Land, so it's like obviously we made that comparison in our review.
There is a lot of comparison.
It was the first time I thought about like what do I like better, and I would watch La La Land more because it's more of a cute, charming movie. But the
little more upbeat.
the more darker, I always lean a bit more darker. So I was also listening
More
to the,
raw, I feel.
yeah, I was also listening to the album all day, so which I like La La Land album better because there's actually quite a few songs that I skipped on the Star Wars Born album. So. And they do the
Must be a bad
annoying
movie.
thing. They do it's the songs are great. They do the annoying thing where there's like tracks that are lines of dialogue from the movie. Hate that.
Spoken word. Yeah.
And there's all the tracks are just ripped from the movie. There's no in studio version of Shallow or anything like that. Very disappointing.
Oh, that's really too bad.
Yeah, so
Very strange.
there you go. Check out our Star Wars Born review. Kirkland, you have anything you want to shout? Any bad movies you've seen?
Or good movies such as Hereditary.
Honestly, no. I finished. You know what? I will throw this out. I finished My Hero Academia season 3.
Oh, he's waiting this whole thing.
I fucking love this show. Honestly, people are saying it is one of the best animes ever released.
I've seen a lot of
And-
people talking about that.
Yeah, and it is phenomenal. There's many scenes that make me laugh. There's many scenes that make me just go, holy fucking shit, I can't believe this is happening.
Holy
Just huge
fucking
plot twists, action scenes. It makes me think of like the first time I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, and it's just I get hyped. Like it is such a good show. There's so many good characters, and that's my one shout out since you caught me on the spot. I had to say something. And
Oh,
then
you did.
Season 4,
Convenient.
so excited about.
What do you mean? You were waiting to say that. You had the shirt.
I honestly,
Superman.
I forgot I was wearing the shirt, and then you said, you know, shout out.
You're like, what am I wearing?
And then I was like, what did I watch recently? And then I finished that show, so I shout out.
How many macadamia nuts are in the show?
Macadamia nuts?
Yeah.
I don't understand
The show's called My Macadamia.
It's not called that. It's called
Yeah,
My
it's-
Hero
that was a low
Academia.
effort,
Academia.
I'm tired. I want to fucking eat. I can smell some good food in there.
It has been.
I gotta go to the gym.
It has been 3 days
Travis,
of a lot of
you know,
podcasting.
Oh,
I think we need to go back to forming on that one.
back to formula. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the links. They're down in the description. Thank you very much for tuning this episode. It's been a long week. Next week's gonna be a long week.
Thank you so much for supporting us this week.
Yeah, you're gonna want to subscribe because we just got a fuckload of content coming up. But that's what we do. We work hard. So thank you very much.
Work hard, play hard.
It'll
Cloud
not
do
be
this
boring. Go back to formula.
Peace.
I'll you guys then.
Good cast, good cast.